Of progress and high technology, you'd think the need for the kind of dedication and skill shown by the medieval monks who produced those wonderfully illuminated scrolls was long gone. But Pat's met a tea tree gully man who's the modern equivalent of those monks. His work is so specialised, he's almost one of a kind.
As far as he knows, Vladimir Adamek, known as Wally to his friends, is Australia's only music engraver. He's the man who takes a composer's work, translates it, sometimes even edits it, lays it out and prints it, so it can be published for orchestras to read and play. It's exacting and meticulous work, and still a job that, despite computers and music typewriters, is often so complicated that it has to be done by hand.
Well, it's not difficult physically, but it requires a lot of mental concentration. It's a very laborious method. It takes a long time. The music has to be laid out to convey to the musician a certain speed, sometimes emotion. One has to take more care in page turning because, of course, a trumpeter, for example, cannot turn a page while he's blowing the trumpet. Organists can't take their hands off the keys when turning a page.
This one looks complete double Dutch, Wally.
Yes, it does. I think it would even look double Dutch to some musicians. Very contemporary music, experimental music. It was done by me for fun. It took me a fortnight to draw that, but I enjoyed doing it because of the graphics.
How does it read then?
Well, there are a variety of instruments playing, and each instrument can choose a quadrant and play within each quadrant. And one performer can play, for example, that, and another performer can play that. And they can play together, and there's an unlimited variety of choices one can make.
A bit like symphonic jazz, then?
Well, not exactly. It's more like concrete music.
Wally used to be a pianist. He became a music engraver by accident. A score he copied for his wife, a harpist, 7 years ago, attracted such a lot of attention among music circles that he decided to find out more about the skill. But music engraving is a dying art, and he was forced to teach himself from a library book published in 1917.
To become a music engraver requires a long apprenticeship. I believe the apprenticeship used to be approximately 5 years.
The real problem, though, is that you need such a wide range of skills, a deep knowledge of music, as well as a deep knowledge of printing and layout. There's now only a handful of engravers like Wally in Europe, and very few in America, as he discovered when he recently won a Churchill Scholarship to study music engraving. And that's not the only award he's won.
The latest award I received was the Radcliffe Award. Now, I should qualify that statement. I didn't receive it. The music publisher in London received it, but I prepared the edition. And it was very satisfying to get it, and very thrilling because, although there is no monetary value attached to the reward, it makes me realise that I must be one of the top 10 engravers in the world.
Is there any particular work that makes you particularly proud?
There is one job that I have been requested to do, and that is to engrave the first edition of Debussy's piano trio, which to this time has been unpublished. And this request has come from the world famous pianist Daniel Blumenthal, who has discovered the work, and it will be published hopefully by the original publishers of Debussy's Joubert's in Paris.
That's a wonderful memorial, isn't it, for you?
Well, it's a feather in my cap, but I think it's a great thing for Australia that a work which is so French and was such a famous composer is to be prepared in Adelaide in South Australia.
International recognition there for Wally at Tea Tree Gully. I bet the monks, the medieval monks, wouldn't have minded that rub-on stuff, though. Would have speeded things up.